All right, welcome back to another installment, episode 2 of 4C. That stands for comicon. No, dude, we could come up with so many C words. You can revamp this completely, but we're gonna keep it at Convention Commute Car Chats. That's right, Convention Commute Car Chats. CC. Welcome back. My name is JetFalco, and I'm an artist, musician, audio producer. What else do I do? But right now, we're focusing on getting to a big convention because the big convention season is right back up to starting again. And disclaimer, it's gonna be a little weird, kids. We're still in kind of a pandemic situation here where conventions aren't going to be normal for quite a while. Some places, if you're having it at a big event center or even a hotel, it's not going to be full capacity. We got to get used to that. We can't expect too much from these conventions and these events until things get officially back to normal. Still, keep it safe. Keep washing those hands. So, we are on the way to Anime Midwest in Chicago, the biggest convention I have ever tabled at to date. If you don't count next month's, we're going to table at Kansas City in the Artist Alley of Planet Comicon, which is enormous. Their convention center is huge. It's like 6 city blocks. Anyways, I am so excited to be going to Anime Midwest for the first time. Every year prior to this, from when I first started tabling at like 2015 to 2016, and every year after that, I always missed the sign up. But in 2019, I got the email alert and I finally hit it up, got it in there. The sign up for Artist Alley filled up within like 2 to 6 minutes. But I got it, barely. Got in for Anime Midwest, only to find out the very next year it would be canceled, which is totally fine. It was last July 2020 in the big pandemic lockdown where every convention was canceling pretty much. And I rolled over my table to next year, which here we are, 2021, Anime Midwest. What to expect? What to expect as an artist or an attendee with certain conventions that we go to in the next year or so. So, we'll start with the big one. On the way to Chicago, what to expect? As you know, Chicago is rampant with crime, and there's no Batman available to save the day, which is understandable, because that would be kind of insane to tackle the entire city's crime as a caped crusader. I'm not going to sign up for that job. I'll leave that to someone else.
Okay, let me take a second and pause here. Though I recorded this on the way to Chicago for the July 4th weekend, I am editing this after the fact, and I just found out that during the entire July 4th weekend, there were over 100 people shot in Chicago alone, with over 60 different shooting incidents, and that's just gun crime. And that doesn't even include all the other types of crime that may happen in a big city. All the muggings, robbery, all sorts of random events like that. So if you are headed to a big city, you need to be careful. And even though it may seem kind of lighthearted at first and jokey when I said rampant with crime and all that and made the allegory to Batman, it's serious. So I just thought I should pause and let you know to just be careful out there, people. I mean, you can only control what you do. You can't control what others do. And this isn't excluding small town crime either. I know crime happens everywhere at all times, so just be careful, everyone, wherever you go. Keep your wits about you, keep your head up and eyes open, and be aware. And if you see something weird, just report it, because there's some crazy stuff happening across the country and across the world, honestly, all over. Just be careful, okay? All right, back to the C4 car chat.
But yeah, big city conventions can be kind of scary. Not only just because it's, nerve-wracking tabling in a big city, or attending a Comic-Con in a big city where there's lots of people around, and there's a pandemic afoot. But something you want to do is keep your distance, don't offend anyone. People get offended easily in big cities because they are on a mission. You have to keep in mind, pretty much everyone, is on a mission. They have something in mind that they want to get done and get back home because there's so many people around and they don't want to waste time. That's just how big city life is, kids. And it applies to conventions, especially the area outside of a convention, okay? Not the convention floor itself. Be friendly all you want in convention floor, but when you're outside in the big city, you know, just stay respectful, stay in your personal space bubble, don't invade anyone else's bubble, don't offend anyone. If you have an opinion, keep it to yourself. Save it for your TikToks, kids. In your private time, don't say anything that would get you hurt. A wise man once said, before I do anything, I think, would an idiot do that? And if an idiot would do that thing, I do not do that thing. As redundant as it sounds, you gotta think, like, would this get me in trouble? If I say or do this thing in this big city, would this thing get me in trouble? Just keep your distance and don't do any silly things, kids. That's all it is. When you do get to the convention floor, though, as soon as you enter those double doors of the convention floor, you're gonna wanna flip-flop and just go crazy. That's fine. A lot of kids do that, especially if they have a meetup, like right at the front door. All the My Hero Academia fans over here. Look at all the Dekus. Oh, Deku train, Deku train. Get that Deku train out of my face. About to deck you. You know what I'm saying? Get them Dekus out of my face. About to deck you. No, I'm kidding. I love My Hero Academia. I'm a Deku fan. It's cool. So you do have to watch out. You have to respect people's personal space, okay? You have to respect people's personal property. And everyone, if you just have a good time with your friends, you can be as loud and as obnoxious as you want at a convention, okay? It's not a library. We're not there to study or, you know, prepare for the big exam tomorrow morning. No, we're there to have fun and go crazy. That's why conventions are so popular these days, because kids are in their element. They're in their atmosphere where they can surround themselves with other like-minded kids and just go crazy. So, you know, it applies to adults too. It really does. I've seen some fun-loving adults go crazy and have fun and still respect people's space. And that does include their ear space, unfortunately. If you're gonna yell and have a good time, make sure you keep yourself at least a few feet, maybe 10 feet away from other people who don't want to hear screaming, especially if they're working. Newsflash, half of the convention is there to work. All the people at the tables selling you stuff, they're working, okay? And for a lot of people, this is their day job. They're weekend warriors. They go to these events so they can pay rent and pay utility bills or make sure their cell phone and internet bill is paid on time. So you have to admire and adore, respect the people that are there on a mission to share their goods with you, but also, you know, make sure their kids get fed. So if you're gonna have fun and you're gonna be a crazy, wild and crazy kid or adult out there, and you're gonna scream your heads off, do it. Hell yeah, have fun. But, you know, I'm not gonna like go to my passenger over here and just like say, I can't wait to watch the new season of 7 Deadly Sins in our hotel room tonight. Ah! No, we're not gonna do that. See, like, did that hurt your ears? Yes, it did. Because I'm literally 1 foot away from your ear. And I've seen that many times at conventions where kids are screaming and screaming and screaming, and then they turn to the right, they're like, oh, sorry. And there's an artist there just trying to have a friendly chat with another person who's trying to buy their comic book, right? So, yeah, if you're gonna yell, just take a step back. That's all it is. Big city cons, small town cons, all the same. Just respect people, respect their space, and that includes ear space and spit space. That's a thing, definitely. If you've learned anything with the pandemic last year and this year, I mean, say it, don't spray it. But you can't see it, but even those tiny little microscopic particles are going everywhere as well. So watch yourself, kids. Keep your space. Have fun. And so about this convention in particular, what to expect with Anime Midwest in Chicago, right next to the O'Hare Airport. It's going to be really busy because it's July 4th weekend, right? Not only because Big City Con, we always have to remember that fact. Those conventions in big cities are almost always packed. I don't know what to expect with the half capacity rules at certain convention centers. We'll see. And I'll report back to you on that. But all the streets are going to be stop and go traffic 24/7 pretty much because it's holiday weekend. People need to get to the O'Hare Airport. And you know, they've got a travel itinerary that they need to follow in order to get to Auntie June's house and get that nice slice of holiday apple pie right in time for the fireworks. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, whatever you got to do to get to where you're going, you got to know that everyone else is doing the same thing. So, safe driving on the way to the convention, of course, and parking at the convention is going to be hellish. We'll see about that. Paying for parking in the garage might be our best bet, actually. And then actually getting to your hotel room, making sure everything is, in order. It's going to be pretty hectic. Whoa, there was a car that went not only into the ditch, but they went out of the ditch and into the fence that's like 50 foot away from the road. Yikes, there was a whole trail up there. Little Volkswagen Passat. Gone. Sorry, guys. They abandoned their car right there next to the fence. Okay, so don't do that. Don't drive off the road if you can't help it. Anime Midwest is going to be at the biggest convention center and the biggest crowd. Usually, I think the website said 15,000, but it works out though because anime fans do not want to go outside in the hot air and watch fireworks all night. They're not into barbecue. They're into ramen. So this works out perfectly. The word of mouth is being spread day by day. The people are like, you go into Anime Midwest this year, it's back. So people are so eager to get back to their big city conventions. You know what I'm saying? They're so eager to spend that last bit of stimulus package money that they've got left in their bank account that is just burning a hole. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you get it. You've got that maybe extra $50 you can't wait to spend on that Deku statue. You're right? Okay, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna slam on Deku a lot, okay guys? That's just how it is. If it's the biggest anime, and it's the most popular character, most popular cosplay, literally every 14-year-old girl is dressed as Deku, no problem, not hating, I'm just saying, be prepared to be ridiculed a little bit. When you're in the spotlight, you have to expect a little bit of poking and jabbing. That's how it is. It makes you stronger. It does, kids. Okay? We're just having a little bit of fun. So expect a lot of Deku and all the other kids in that show. I'm gonna poke and jab at you guys. It's okay. We're all having good. It's all in good fun. We're just having fun. We'll see how it goes. I just expect everyone will continue to stay clean and respect people's space. And that's just not personal space. It's spit space. It's wind spray space because people have their odors. Stay clean, kids, but convention kids will smell. That's just how it is. You get used to it. A little tip for all you artists out there who can't stand the BO, the convention funk, as it's called, the con funk. If you can't stand it, which I'm kind of used to it by now. Every kid stinks at a convention. That's how it's going to be. But if you can't stand it, buy a little car freshener and just hang it somewhere on your display behind your prints. It works wonders because if people get a little hint of vanilla, they're gonna be like, ooh, what's that smell? Let's come over here. Ooh, look at that nice art, right? They'll get a little hint of vanilla on your little happy tree that's hanging behind your prints. They won't see it. It'll smell nice to them because it smells different than they smell, right? And you'll be just fine because those prints are making a little biodome, a barrier where the scent stays in your area, and it's nice. You're wafting in that beautiful vanilla aroma with just a hint of sweaty armpit. No big deal, just a hint because it comes through the print wall. Yeah, a little bit. So hide a little car air freshener somewhere on your booth where they can't see, but you obviously get most of it when people approach your booth. So that's a good tip to keep when you go, especially to these big city cons. There's gonna be a lot of smells. Weird world, a lot of smells. And as long as you all try to stay clean, we shouldn't have this problem in a perfect world. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I brought my laptop with me so I can edit some video on the fly, which is cool. I'll be doing that at the hotel room, and for now, thank you for joining me on this new installment of 4C Convention Commute Car Chats to Comic-Con. How many more C words can we fit in there? Convention Commute Car Chat, Comic-Con, craziness, kids with a C. Children, thanks again for joining me. Leave a comment down below if you're excited for your convention season. What conventions are you going to? What Comic Cons, what anime cons, what media cons, video game conventions, expos? Which ones are you going to? I want to hear it down in the comments. Let me know what costumes you're wearing, what prints you're looking for to fill up those walls at home, the statues, all the cool stuff that you're looking to see, buy, and participate in this year. Summer 2021, here we go! See you in the next one.